Everyone achieves cooking and travel adventures. We'll eat some food, visit great places, and we will share some recipes with you.
Okay everyone, I got some Port Arlington mussels today, fresh as off the pier. So what I'm going to be making for you today is a nice coconut curry mussel dish. Absolutely beautiful, full of fresh herbs, ginger, garlic, lemongrass, coriander, you name it, bit of chili. It's just going to be something that is just so Moorish, you'll love it. So let's get on with it. Alright guys, so what we've done, we've got ourselves a large pot. I've got a litre of chicken stock. We'll just pour that in. I'll turn that on. Okay, we've got a flame going. Alright, first, some slices of ginger. Next, got about 6-7 cloves of garlic, just pop them in. I'm just adding one chilli because some people don't like it. You can add it if you want or not, just a little kick for me. We've got some nice lemongrass. Okay, so that's in. Let's pop the lid and we'll let that come up to the boil, and then we'll simmer it for about half an hour. Alright guys, so now at this stage what we're going to do, we're just going to get all our ingredients that we need for this curry ready and organised. The broth is still going there. Well, I'll show you that next stage once we finish doing this, because that will be just about done. So all we want to do is chop pieces up, not big, just small little pieces, not too thin, not too big. And we'll just prepare them like that. I know a lot of people make curries all different ways, that's fine. This is just a version that I use for when I'm doing the mussels, which I've used in other recipes, but yeah, I actually don't mind it. What we will do, we'll leave some of them for a bit of garnish later, and we'll just finish these off. So again, it's pretty much, you could say, I don't know, a handful. Just 2 or 3 spring onions. That's all you need. Well, I'm only making this dish pretty much for 2 people anyway. I've got some mushrooms. We'll just slice them in half and just, same again, not too thin, not too thick. Yeah, like I was saying before, guys, with this recipe, if you've got another way of making this, by all means, share it, comment below, let me know what you're thinking. Plus your comments do help, good or bad, because you're always going to get bad comments. That's just people in general. But yeah, if you've got a comment, just comment below, let us know what you think, or if you've made it before or you're going to make it, and if you need any advice on this recipe or any other recipes. willing to assist. Plus it also helps people commenting and liking, it helps the channel grow. So that's our mushrooms. So again, same thing. Handful of spring onions, handful of mushrooms, and what I've got here is a couple of squash, 2 squashes. Same again, straight down the middle, no fuss. Again, not thick, not thin, just nice pieces that won't take long to cook. So we'll pop them in there. They're done. I'll get this one out of the way. At this stage too, guys, getting back out on the road, we were out on the road last weekend. Unfortunately, the weather didn't permit us doing any filming, and at this stage, with things that are happening, it probably won't be for a little while, so we'll be in the kitchen for a little bit, but then I've got a few things that need attending, and then we'll see what happens after that. But once the sort of like getting closer to the middle of the year, then we'll be doing more. Now also what I've got some parsley. I've got a little bit of mint. Let me just pop that parsley in there. And then on top of that, I've got some fresh basil. This has all come out of the garden just now. So what I'm going to be doing with these, after, I'll show you anyway, I'm just going to lightly chop up some of those, and we're going to be adding that with that. So that's the basis, and then the last thing, of course, we've put our mussels in. So, all right, at this stage, our broth is cooked, so we'll have a look at that. All right, guys, our soup or our broth has reduced. Look, you can see it's got a bit more of a thicker consistency. So what we're going to do now is just get rid of the chilli, the lemongrass, and the garlic. Let's just get that going. Double check. A little bit more garlic in there. Oh, the smell is fantastic. All right, next we've got 800 grams of coconut cream. So we'll just pop that in there. Get that in there. And let's just mix that around. Okay, next what I'm using today is just a yellow curry. So I've got 2 teaspoons, sorry. For a minute there, 2 tablespoons, no. 2 teaspoons. I will also add a half a teaspoon of turmeric, and I've also got some cumin. I'll add a half a teaspoon of cumin. Okay, so now let's just get all that mixed in there. Now with the whisk, just give that a good stir. That way it just breaks everything up. That looks fantastic. Now if you like, you can add a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't think it needs it because that reduced chicken stock's salty enough. Pepper, well, I've got the curry in there, so that will that's all it needs, and that little bit of chili. So what I've done now with that plate, I've separated everything. I've separated the garlic, and what I've done with the garlic, I've just pressed it down with a spoon, and I'm just going to throw that back in because that's just beautiful flavours. Alright, so now while that's getting back up to a nice heat, let's just throw in our mushrooms, our squash, and our spring onions. Let's get all of them in there. Just give that a nice stir. Alright, so now what I've done is just taken the stems off that parsley. Let's get that in there. Now, beautiful basil from the garden. Let's get that in there. And last but not least, I've got some fresh mint. It's not Vietnamese mint, it's just your normal mint. What that does is just give it that little bit of vibrant kick. Now there's plenty of things you can do with this. You can add lemon, lime if you wanted to. Me personally, I just like it like this because it's just well balanced. It's subtle without being overpowering, because at the end of the day, especially with seafood, you still want to actually taste the seafood. So now that's boiling, so I'm just going to let that simmer for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get to popping in our mussels. Alright guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some bread to go with this coconut curry. So all I've done, I got a piece of dough. I'm just going to boil these up. And I'm just going to make some flatbreads that I'm going to show you how to cook in the fry pan. Simple as. Here, I'm just spraying a little bit of olive oil. Let's just heat that up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab our flatbreads, pop them in there. It won't take long. I don't want to bore you showing the whole lot, but I just want to show you the one to show you how easy this process is. All we're going to need for that is a spatula. See how it's all starting to bubble up already? Now our heat might be a bit too hot, but that's fine. Just wait till it gets a little bit more colour. And they're versatile, these. I use this recipe to make kebabs, souvlaki's, any type of wraps. You can even use these, if you made these thinner, you can make like a soft shell taco, burrito. So what we're going to do at this stage, just give that a flip over. Alright, as you can see how they're starting, all the air's coming up. We'll just give them another little flow over. And that is as easy as it gets. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. Easy. Alright guys, that's the last one. I've just made 4, 2 each because they're pretty light. That's just about done. Yeah, beautiful. Thin, not heavy, very tasty. And that's just about there. Alright, another minute. So that's our bread for this recipe done. You don't have to do this. I just like it because it's nice to dunk the bread into the nice curry sauce, soupy mix. Love it. It's good stuff. Here we are, guys. We've got our Port Arlington mussels. As you can see, they've got beards, so we've got to take them off like that, and you end up with a nice clean shell like that. So I won't bore you with showing you that. You know what to do. So just in case you've never done mussels before, so I'll get on with that. All right, so now we've come down to the last bit. Let's start popping our mussels into this curry. More happening. In there. Alright, the mussels are all cooked in that nice curry, so there's only one thing to do now, and we'll start dishing this up. Alright guys, so there we go. That's our mussels in our coconut curry with our flatbread that we made earlier. There's only one thing to do now is get stuck into it, and I hope you enjoyed that. I did, and I'm going to enjoy it even better when we start eating it. So anyway, for now, we'll see you next time. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you've got any comments, leave a comment. Just helps us. All right guys, cheers.